923 days still in hung, fear and greed at 66, which is greed, and Bitcoin is currently trading at 58.8k, currently bouncing from, or at least still trading, consolidating in the area of a long-term pitchfork, which was the 58.6k, based on a Bollinger Band, the current Bollinger Band, I mean. The current support, which is the lower point of a Bollinger Band, would be 54.5. It's actually going up pretty rapidly on each candle, so we may see like 56 in a couple candles in a couple days as a lower Bollinger Band. Also, we got, what is that, 3 days left till the October close, till the monthly close on a monthly candle, and yep, it looks like. But if you're gonna for example look at the September close, you can see we had these three big pump candles. The first candle was pretty small, second one was medium, and the third one was pretty large. And you can see we got like 3 days left. The first candle is green, small one. Maybe the second one would be bigger. The second one would be, for example, in September, the second one actually broke the 53.3k, which was the like a resistance for the breakout, and the third one broke the 55k, which was again another resistance for the reversal, and obviously it was pretty nice. So obviously, if you're gonna break, for example, the previous red candle, which was the 60.3k roughly, if you're gonna have a close above it, obviously we may see the same movement as we had in September. So that would be pretty nice, and obviously we may see a close at the 63k. That would be even better. Ethereum is kind of in the same range as Bitcoin. BNB is definitely underperforming compared to the altcoins, major ones, and especially BTC. BTC dominance is kind of in consolidation. It's still bouncing from this pretty weird resistance that was based on actually downtrend, but it's kind of continuing. So it's a pretty long-termish resistance on a daily time frame, by the way. So daily time frame is pretty big one to look at. That's a pretty decent resistance, as you can imagine. So obviously, if we're gonna break it, maybe in the next month we may break it, and we may see 100k, which would be pretty nice. So yeah, it's pretty much all major TA for today. Some small one like MACD on a daily is obviously now it's in a big red green phase. MACD, I mean, which is obviously negative sentiment on a daily. On a weekly time frame, yeah, these 3 candles looking, who is messaging me? Looking pretty bad, to be honest. Oh my god, I need to these 3 candles looking pretty bad, as you can imagine. But yeah, whatever, we may see a better outcome, let's just say like that, because you can see here, for example, in a previous all-time high in March, we had pretty much the similar candle, which was the doji, and then we had a sell-off like we are having right now. But after that, we in couple like candles, we had a new all-time high. We hit a new all-time high. So it doesn't mean we're gonna have a complete reversal, but it is a bearish sentiment, obviously, on a weekly time frame. Monthly time frame, Jesus, this thing is still looking bullish, even though we are having some small pullback on the current candle, but still it's kind of bullish. We need a close above 58.7k to make new all-time high, and currently we are trading slightly above it, but we may see obviously the close above it, I'm pretty sure, because again we already on a daily time frame, if you're gonna look, or even on a 4-hour time frame, we already had a nice pullback after rejecting 67k. So some small pumps in a next couple days, next 3 days would be pretty reasonable on a Bitcoin. I mean, if you're gonna play odds, definitely odds would be there. So let's move on to the news. We got some news from Federal Reserve, FDIC, OCC. So they are discussing allowing banks to hodl crypto on balance sheets, which is pretty bullish, but again, it's all talks, no actions. We need more actions. We need this thing to see in action how it will work, not just on a words. Also, Adobe, which is the Photoshop, jumps into non-fungible token ecosystem with the Prepare as NFT Photoshop tool. So now in a Photoshop you're gonna be able to make NFTs. I don't know how that would work, because like you can just make like a random picture and it would be NFT. I can imagine you can make like a collection, like with the random backgrounds and stuff like that, and would stack it like as a collection. So that would make sense. So it's some new tool from Photoshop. Also, GameStop seeks a senior engineer for a blockchain NFT platform. Maybe we may see a NFT platform on a GameStop or from a GameStop. You can see a lot of people, I mean, a lot of companies are seeking for this NFT craziness and trying to make money, or trying to touch this sector, NFT sector, because it's a pretty big one. Also, SEC reportedly knocks back Valkyria's leverage Bitcoin ETF. SEC does not appear to have the appetite for more exotic Bitcoin future products. Yeah, so that's a current state of leverage ETFs with the Bitcoin. Also, El Salvador buying a dip, another one. So president of El Salvador posted that they bought a 420 more Bitcoin. So in general, they are stacking 1.1k, but I'm pretty sure it's in Latin American nations. Wait, what's the El Salvador? Which bought the country? Yeah, in a country in El Salvador currently holding 700 Bitcoins. So they need 300 more and it would be 1k, which is a pretty nice number. 1k Bitcoin is pretty big. So yeah, that's pretty much all TA news for today. Hoping for a nice bounce to the 63k, at least for a close above the 48.8k, which would make the new all-time high close on a monthly candle. Obviously we got like 3 days left. Is that 3 days? 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 days left. So does we gonna see the same action as it was in September when we had 3 huge green candles in a row? I sure hope so. So to the moon.